Alex Morgan turned to his fiancée, Anna, locking eyes as she asked, "What exactly is adultery?" He sighed deeply. "Do I really need to explain?" he asked, a hint of frustration in his voice. Anna, however, seemed genuinely concerned. "Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want you divorcing me just because I kissed someone at a party under the mistletoe or danced too closely with someone after a few drinks," she said. "Why is this about adultery?" Alex replied, his voice wavering between annoyance and concern. "Don't you trust me?" "I do," she responded, her tone softening. "But I saw my dad lose everything, his company, his kids, his pension, when my mom cheated on him. I'm not accusing you of anything, but my mom said she loved my dad too. I witnessed the pain when he moved out, and I never want that for our children." She paused, looking him in the eyes. "For me, this is the deciding factor. No prenup, no wedding. And in a couple of years, when I retire, the company will pass to me. I need to protect it from any potential issues." They were seated at the kitchen table in Alex's apartment, where Anna had moved in 5 months ago after he proposed. The wedding was set for 5 months later, but their conversation kept circling around the prenup. Anna had just finished showering after a night out with some teachers from her middle school. She had told Alex earlier that she wasn't in the mood for sex and had been texting when he called her to discuss the prenup. "What about my annual trips to Cabo with being tracked?" she asked, a playful edge in her voice. "Are you saying these rules apply even there?" Alex narrowed his eyes. "What the hell are you doing in Cabo to ask a question like that? You've told me all you do is swim, play sports, and read. Besides, you went there a month before moving in with me. We weren't engaged, but we were exclusive for 3 years before that." His irritation was growing, though he tried to calm himself. Anna noticed the tension building. "Forget Cabo," she said. "I'm not sure I want to live by all these rules about what I can and can't do. I'm not signing the prenup." He stiffened. "These aren't new rules. When we started dating seriously, we agreed there would be no one else. Are you telling me that isn't how you see it? I want the truth now, or the wedding is off," he demanded, his voice sharp. "Have you been with anyone else since we made that promise?" Anna hesitated, then said softly, "You're the only man I've ever loved. No one else has come close." "I'm going to bed and we'll talk tomorrow," she started, but he interrupted. "No, we're talking now, and you're answering my question." She had never seen him this angry. In a sudden burst of frustration, he pushed the chair back so forcefully it tipped over, sending her tumbling to the floor. She landed unceremoniously on her bare bottom. As she scrambled to pull her robe closed, she noticed the red stains on her chest and inner thighs. "Oh my God, Alex, I can explain. It's not what you think," she cried out. He looked at her, shocked, but only reached for a glass of water on the table. Taking a small sip, he leaned forward, his elbows resting on the table as he processed what had just happened. Her hand reached out to touch his shoulder, but he swatted it away. "Get off me," he muttered, his anger building. "You don't want to know how I feel about you right now." Tears welled up in Anna's eyes as she realized the life she had envisioned was crumbling. "I just wanted to have a little fun before we got married," she said through sobs. "Tonight was awful. We used protection, and it barely lasted a few minutes. I didn't even let him kiss me on the lips. I promise, when we're married, this will all be behind us. I love you, Alex. I'll sign the prenup." Alex leaned back in his chair, then took the prenup from her hand and ripped it into pieces. "There's no need for a prenup anymore," he said, his voice cold. "The wedding's off, and when you leave here in an hour, I never want to see or speak to you again." He stood up, his face hardening. "You're free now, Anna. Go ahead and sleep with anyone you want. Enjoy Cabo